Hey guys, it's Kat and I am back today for a current sort of capsule favorites video. I haven't done a favorites video in quite a few months and I haven't done consistent monthly favorites videos for probably a year. And you know, definitely last year it was baby, pandemic, all that kind of jazz. This year, I think the reason I haven't been doing it is because, again, sort of the looming pandemic and lockdowns, all that kind of miserable shit. I have been doing my makeup and I have been enjoying wearing makeup, but I sort of have been sticking to my Project Pan products and my Pan That Palette products pretty much all year. So that's why I've had such great progress in those series. But I thought, look, I feel like at the moment we're in lockdown and we've been in lockdown for a couple of weeks, even though there's no signs that lockdown is going to lift in the next couple of weeks. I am feeling the spring vibes. So I've sort of been making myself feel a little bit better about this whole situation we're in by playing with a little bit of fun, sort of glowy, can you tell? Glowy makeup, and some pastel sort of nails. So that's sort of been my go-to look that I've been really enjoying. So I have been straying from my Project Pan products a little bit. So the progress will be pulled back a tiny smidge, not too much. But yeah, I've just been really enjoying using these products. Speaking of Project Pans, I did do a Project Pan update in my last video and I was going to do a Pan That Palette update today, but then I thought, look, I really don't have that much progress that I just thought I'd tell you in this video. So my next dedicated Pan That Palette video will be like a 2-month update, but realistically I've only hid an extra pan in the Lorac Pro 1. So this brown I have, which I've been using as my brow product because I lost my brow pencil. I've been using that and I've hit pan on it. So that's the only real update. So I thought, look, I'll just mention it here. So let's start with eye products. So I have been still using this palette as my Pan That Palette series, but I've mainly been using it just as like a matte base or a matte crease. So like today I'm using this shade here just in my crease and I put it all over my lid, and then over the top I went with this Iconic London product. So I actually picked up 2 of these. One I like the most, it's the one that I'm currently wearing. It's this beautiful sort of purpley, sparkly, just really fun product. So this is the shade Mystic. It's the one that I'm talking about. It's very, very highly metallic and beautiful. I've personally never used any Iconic London products. I always thought they were too expensive and they definitely are. Like, that's gorgeous. Look how metallic and beautiful that is. So it's this beautiful sort of mauvey shade, which again, I've put on my lid. The way I like to use these, I find that if you try to pick them up with a brush, they're too sort of wet. They sort of repel the bristles. They don't pick up on the bristles. But what you do is you just put a little bit on your finger, tap it on, and then blend it out with a brush. So that's what I tend to do. And they are sort of like one and done eyeshadow products. Sometimes I like to put a matte in the crease before I lay this down, which is what I did today. But other days I just go in with this. One thing that I've noticed is the packaging makes it look like it's always half empty. So that's one thing that's a little bit disheartening, but I guess if you had it full to the brim, it would probably dry before you can use it all up. But yeah, so I've been using this. So it's the Chrome Flash Eye Pot and this shade's Mystic. I also picked up the shade Cosmic. And this is more of your light champagne shade. I don't like this one as much because it can look quite frosty on me, but it is really pretty. And also if you do blend this out and you get more of a twinkly effect. So the more you build it up, the more metallic it looks, but the more you sort of blend it out with a brush or apply a small amount, you get more of a sparkly sort of topper kind of effect. So I did pick up both of these. Now the reason I bought these is I think they're being phased out. I don't know if they're being phased out in general or just at Maya in Australia, but you could get Iconic London at Maya, and I was looking to buy a new Inglot Duraline and I wanted to sort of get the free shipping cap as you do, and these were on sale from I think $50 down to $17. So that's why I picked up 2. I really do like them. Would I pay $50 for them? Absolutely not. Do I really appreciate them at $17 a pop? Yes, I do, particularly this Mystic shade, which is the one I'm wearing today. I think it's just a beautiful one and done eyeshadow look. In that same kind of vibe, before lockdown, I went and bought an Hourglass. This is the Scattered Light Glitter Eyeshadow in the shade Ray. I think I did mention this in relation to my Pan That Palette series, saying that I bought this sort of as a way to add a little bit more dimension to these palettes because they're getting a bit flat and boring. And I really do like this. It's sort of the vibe I'm going for at the moment, which is quite a sparkly look. This is like a pressed pigment. So instead of it being like a cream, this is not even a cream. This is more like a gel. Yeah, I'd say this is like a gel. So it's got the texture of a gel. You can sort of move it around with your brush. It's not wet, but it's not moussey. It's like a gel sort of texture. So yeah, that's how I'd describe those iconic London ones. But this is more of a loose pigment that you have a little stopper and it keeps it sort of pressed. So I think L'Oreal had a bunch of these in the past. The Infallible, L'Oreal Infallible, whatever, same kind of concept. But this is just a really nice sort of bronze shade with some nice sort of almost cool toned taupey kind of sparkle. So yeah, it's really pretty. It's got a warm base, but again, it's got that kind of cooler toned shimmer to it. To be fair, it looks so dull compared to these, but you can see it does have a nice sparkle to it. These just have more of a metallic finish. I actually prefer the finish of these, but I know that this is going to be easier to use and last longer. So, you know, it is what it is. But I do think you do need to apply this, like press it on with your finger to get that full effect. If you do pick up with a brush, again, you sort of diffuse it and it ends up being just more of a tan with a bit of the odd fleck of sparkle in it. So it's best to maybe pick up a little bit of this with your brush, put it on, blend it out, and then pick up a little bit with your finger and press over the top. Yeah, that's how I sort of like this. But again, it's sort of like a one and done sparkly bronze eye. So yeah, I've been going for these because I really do like that sparkly sort of lifted, bright eye. That's just the vibe that I've been going for, and I have been skipping liner a lot. So like I'm not wearing any liner today. I'm not wearing any product on my lower lash line at all, not even mascara, but I've been really digging that sort of bright, fresh, sparkly lid with mascara on the top lash line, and that's it. That's the sort of vibe I've been going for a lot lately. I think it's sort of pretty, but also easy and yeah, fresh. Another thing I picked up when I was placing that Maya order for the Inglot Duraline, I don't need another highlighter. I really don't. But I wanted to try this and I am not disappointed. So this is the Inglot Sparkling Dust Face, Eyes and Body. Now this is a loose highlighter and it's in the shade 02, which is more of a champagne sort of gold shade, as you can see. Now I don't have many loose highlighters. I'm trying to think, maybe I've got a couple, but not many. I do have a drawer full of highlighters and I do not need them all. Maybe when I have more time or more brain capacity, I might do a sort of testing all my highlighters and do a declutter of them. But yeah, I've got way too many. I don't need as many as I have, but I really wanted to try this one and I'm not disappointed in it. So again, it is loose, so it comes with like that, and I just pick up product from the lid. It does look kind of sandy. It kind of looks, it doesn't look nice and smooth. It looks like there's little specks of like shimmer, but I have to say, if you pick up a small amount with a brush and buff it in, it gives a gorgeous wet look. Of course, you can go really over the top and really intensify it in one area if you want that like strip of highlighter, which I don't like, but it gives the most intense wet look effect. So this looks glittery, but I can definitely say that once you sort of buff it in, it's like all the shimmer particles just apply evenly and just create this sort of wet look glow. It is intense, it is full on, it is a statement. But I really love it and I think it's really fun, especially since I've been wearing masks like whenever I leave the house. So, you know, you're wearing a mask like this and you can still go, got a bit of glow. I don't know. Look, I need to entertain myself somehow. But yeah, do I need another highlighter? No, but the one that I'm currently using in my project pan, even though it is gorgeous and you can build it up to make it quite intense, this is like the statement highlighter when I want to like perk myself up and have really goddamn glowy skin. This is the one that I've been reaching for lately. All right, the next thing I've been really enjoying, and this is not something I wear on a daily basis, but again, when I want something a little bit more flawless and a little bit more put together, I've been reaching for this. And look, I've mentioned this in my last video. I did do a whole review of my foundation collection and I did a bit of a declutter. And I haven't edited that yet. I don't even know where I put the footage. So that's that. It was filmed like a month ago. But during that foundation review, I realized I really, really enjoy this Clinique foundation. So it's the Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer. So it is a more high coverage. I wouldn't say it's full coverage unless you apply a lot, which I don't do. But it is a more high coverage foundation. Now I have a more medium lower coverage foundation in my project pan that I wear on a daily basis. But this is what I like to wear when I want something to look quite good, or if I'm feeling a little bit shit and my skin's looking crap. This is what I sort of like to reach for. Also, because it's got a doe foot applicator, I also sometimes just use it as a concealer. So it is high enough coverage to use as a concealer. So sometimes I'll use my lower coverage Project Pan foundation and then I'll just dot this under my eyes, a little bit around my nose, and sort of blend that over the top as a concealer. So I really like this foundation. Not only is the shade like really good for me at the moment, so we're coming out of winter, but this is the shade Linen and it's a good color match. I'm wearing it today. You can see it matches my neck, matches my hands, like it's a great color match. But I think a lot of people would be put off by the doe foot applicator, but I feel like this makes it more versatile, and also you're a little bit more restrained with how much you use, which I like. I find that sometimes with higher coverage foundations, people make the mistake of over applying it. Like they think, oh, I've got to use 2 pumps because that's what I usually use with my lower coverage foundation. And that's how I can spread the foundation across my face. But that is often way too much. So I feel like having this wand, you don't overuse the product, you don't waste the product by dispensing it on your hand and then not using the excess. You just sort of dot it where you need it, and this does blend out really nicely. So with a buffing brush or a damp sponge, I can take a little bit and blend it over my face to get a nice even coverage, which ends up being more of a medium coverage, but a really good budge-proof coverage. Now, it is winter, so I'm not super like greasy and not super sweaty, but this does last really well on me at the moment. So I've got oily combo skin and this is really, really lovely. Wears well under masks. So this is sort of my go-to. I want to feel a little bit more perfected, or I want to use it as concealer. So I really love this product. I'm really enjoying it. And even though I've got a Project Pan foundation, this always sneaks in the mix because it makes me happy. Oh, I want to talk about this product. This is a tool, and I did a first impressions get ready with me using Sigma products. I don't know if I'm going to actually use it. I'm going to have to look at the footage and see if I like the end result. I wasn't super happy with it, but I decided to, in that video, test out this thing, which is dirty at the moment, but it is the Sigma Switch. So this sort of looks like one of their brush cleaners, but it's not. It's more designed to be one of their like color switch products. So this is one from Aloe Cosmetics, essentially, and this is their design, like a cloud design. So you can find other ones that are much cheaper than this, just in like a little tin with a little sponge inside. So all this black is just a sponge. So just a sponge. And the idea of it is that you take your brushes that you've put your eyeshadow on and you wipe it. So you're essentially cleaning the product off so you can reuse the brushes without having to clean them, spot clean them or deep clean them. So it's called like a color switch, and they're really handy if you do like to use a lot of different eyeshadows in one look, but you don't want to have to use like 20 brushes every day. So I really like these concepts. I think they work a treat, and this is Sigma's version of it. So I thought I'd zoom in to show you what I'm talking about, so you know you actually can see. Also, can you see my eyeshadow? Isn't it pretty? And my highlighter? Pretty. So this is what it looks like. You can see it's like a rubber mat, and they do have these little textured bits, which is just like their brush cleaning mats. Look how dirty that side is. So they've got different thicknesses of the little bristly parts, and they label them as different areas, which I don't really get, but that's what Sigma like to do. So again, very reminiscent of their brush cleaning mats or mitts or whatever. They've got heaps of those things. So we've got at the top, like they're saying this is for eyeshadow, this is for blending, this is for cream products, this is for blush, and this is for highlighter. And then on the other side, there's again eyeshadow, blending, liquid, powder, and contour bronzer. So they're saying the bristles for some reason work differently for different products. I disagree. All I tend to do is take my brush and just brush it across the whole thing. But what I really like about this is that it not only works, and I think it's going to be easier to clean than this kind of thing, but also I feel like this works really well with cream products. So they are saying that you can use it with liquid or cream products, and they do demonstrate that you can use it with liquid foundation, which I wouldn't do because I think this would make it too, like you'd have to wash this too often if you were putting your foundation brush on this. But I can definitely tell you that this cleans eyeshadow brushes really, really well, and also cream eyeshadow brushes. So for example, I would sometimes use a fluffy brush and put down like a MAC paint pot, like a cream base. I just have to rub my brush on here and it does remove the cream product, and I can then go in with a powder. So I really like this. I think it works a treat. I think it's, you know, claiming a little bit more than what I think it can offer, but I think it's a great product. It takes up less space than this. So it's just a, you know, thin mat that you can just put on your makeup table. And I dig it. You can also probably double this and use it as a brush cleaning sort of mat. So it's like a one product sort of suits all, but I just found this really handy. So I was sent this by Sigma, not sponsored or anything, but I thought I'd give it a whirl, and it's really saved me a lot of time cleaning my brushes. So I really like this. So yeah, that's a thing that I've been using quite a lot. And how do I have black eyeshadow all over my table? Haha. Bit better. From cleaning my table with this, which, you know, there's still a little bit of black smear, but I think where this works better than like the traditional spongy type one is that this rubber grips. So I feel like it really grips to the bristles and really works out the product. I think that's where the distinguishing factor is. And that's where also I think you can use this better with cream products than your traditional color switch. So Sigma switch, I like. I've been using it a lot. I enjoy it. The next product is a hair product, and look, I wouldn't take great recommendations from me. I don't really take much pride in my hair, but I did mention a few months ago, I think I was recapping purchases from earlier this year, and I did mention that I was sort of on a bit of a hair care product buying spree, because I was sort of going through some treatments and some shampoos that I had in my bathroom, and I realized I just didn't do anything good for my hair. So I was sort of on the hunt to look for things that might suit my hair type. So my hair type is obviously sort of like wavy, little bit, I wouldn't call it curly. If you really put curls in it, you can get it to curl, but I would just call it sort of wavy and big and a little bit frizzy, but it's also quite fine, which means that if I put anything too thick and nourishing in my hair or an anti-frizz sort of product in my hair, it tends to make my hair look really limp and really dirty. So I struggle finding the balance of keeping volume, but also minimizing any frizz. So that's my sort of forever problem that I deal with, and I have actually managed to find a fairly good routine. This is not a good example of it because I washed my hair last night and didn't have a chance to properly sort of dry it. Yeah, it was I couldn't be bothered. It was what it was. But I thought instead of waiting for a video dedicated to hair care products that I like for my strange hair type, I thought I would just tell you the one that has made the most difference. I love this product, and I bought it a couple of months ago, and I don't use it every time I wash my hair because sometimes I forget, but this makes a huge difference when I do use it, and it really put me on the right path to products that I think suit my hair. And it is this product here. I'll turn down the brightness so you can see it a bit better. There we go. So it's this product here from R+Co. So I bought this from Adore Beauty, and it's the Mood Swings Straightening Spray. Now, I'm not looking to straighten my hair because I don't actually want straight hair, but I am looking to reduce frizz and sort of make it look less frizzy and more sort of curly wavy, if that makes sense. Now, the reason I chose the straightening spray over their sort of like defrizzing products or whatnot, or their curl products, which they do have, is that I was just looking at reviews and I sort of felt like for fine hair, this sounded like it was the best based on all the reviews that I read. And I have to say, I really love this. This is a really, really good product. So all I tend to do with this product is after I've washed my hair and I've towel dried, I will spray this fairly liberally in my hair. And of course you can then, blow dry your hair and you will get a sleeker, sort of straighter effect. But I just found that even with having waves or keeping waves or curls in your hair, this reduces frizz really well without weighing down your hair. So in my past experience, all defrizzing products sort of add too much weight and too much, heaviness to the hair, and just makes my hair look really greasy. But what is great about these straightening products is that I feel like they reduce the frizz and give a better look without it actually like making your hair dead straight. So I love this. It actually makes my hair a lot softer as well. So the frizz, usually like I can't really run my hands through my hair without like being like, oh, it's a bit frizzy. But this makes my hair really soft and really sort of nice to touch. So even though it's got the volume, even though it's got the waves in it, it just feels a lot nicer. So this has sort of made me delve a little bit more into straightening products rather than defrizzing or sort of curl enhancing products, because they've always just been too heavy for my hair type. And for me, striking a good balance with maintaining volume and minimizing frizz has always been really hard to do. But if you're like me, straightening products might be where it's at. And this one, it's the one hair product that's made like a significant difference when I do or don't use it. So what I might do is I might do a video talking about the hair products I like to use and what has worked and what hasn't worked. And I might also demonstrate some of the products that have worked on half my hair. And yeah, I might do that in the future. Let me know if you're interested, but it's a fairly unique hair problem. So it might not be a video that everyone's interested in, but yeah, this product is definitely my favorite. All right, last thing, because I feel like I'm rambling a lot. I have been playing a lot with pastel nail polish because it's just made me feel a little bit brighter and happier. I have this sort of lemony yellow color on my toenails at the moment. It encouraged me to put a bit of fake tan on. So now I feel like I'm haven't been hibernating in winter and lockdown for months and months. I feel like I've been out and about, which I have not, but it's given me that false perception that I have. So I have been playing with quite a lot of Sally Hansen nail polishes. Now I was sent a couple of their collections, so that's what these are. So I do have actually more nail polishes from these collections. So I've got like a pastel range here in the Miracle Gel range, and also the Mentos collaboration, but these are the ones that I've been using the most or liking the most. And I have been finding myself sort of switching out my nail polish midweek. So usually I'll just wait until it's like almost chipped off, but I've been waiting to use these because they're fun. So the formula that I actually like the most would have to be the Miracle Gel. So this is beautiful sort of purple shade. This is Crying Out Cloud. I think this is gorgeous. I had this on my nails last week. There's these two beautiful sort of nude shades. One's more pinky, one's more mauvey. I've loved these as like a nude. Really, really pretty. Then there's this beautiful sort of gray, blue, I don't know, sort of aqua kind of color, a beautiful mint, a soft yellow. So these have all been really, really pretty. And what I didn't realize, I think, have they like redone their top coat? Because I have the top coat with the black bottle, but this silver one, for some reason, these work really, really well together. It's all not quite as good as using an actual gel top coat, but I do have an issue with nail polishes chipping, like standard nail polish chipping on me, like within 12 hours of applying it. But with this top coat and this formula, they work really well. Like I don't see chipping for a couple of days, which is crazy. So I've been back on the basic nail polish bandwagon rather than gel, which is great. And more recently, I've been playing with these Insta-Dri Mentos shades. So there's more shades in the collection, but these are my 3 favorites. So I'm wearing the Zest, which is this yellow here. It probably on camera looks quite similar to this sun shower, but this is more of like a sunflower kind of daisy yellow, and this is more of a lemon, almost zesty, sort of almost green toned yellow, which I actually prefer this. So there's a peach, there's a yellow, and there's this blue that I really like, and these are almost opaque in one coat. The blue is definitely a one coat wonder. These you sort of need 2 coats, but if you're very, very good with applying your nail polish, you can probably get away with 1 coat. So they're the sort of nail polishes I've been playing with, and again, I'm sort of vibing the spring, glowy, sparkly, minimal sort of vibe, because that's what makes me happy right now. All right, so that's it for my sort of capsule favorites of what I've been enjoying playing with over the last couple of months. So a lot of these, again, I did purchase myself. Majority of them I did purchase myself. But this and the nail polishes I were sent, but I was under no obligation to use them or play with them, but I did and I enjoy them. So I will list all the products that I spoke about in the description box in case you missed anything, including this lip product. But that is just the vibe that I've been going for lately, and fingers crossed lockdown lifts soon so I can actually see family and do things and enjoy my life again. But at least the weather's getting warmer, so that's a silver lining, maybe? I don't know. We can't go outside, so it doesn't matter that much, does it? All right, so let me know what products you've been loving lately as a bit of a pick-me-up, whether it's a little like manicure you like to do after dinner or a sparkly eyeshadow that just makes you feel a little bit more like special. I'd love to know in the comments. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.